Hey, good morning, folks. AJ here. It is, what time is it? It is 6:45 a.m. As you can see, well, actually, I was doing some HVAC maintenance. I woke up and all of this was on the floor, and we had no heat. Well, heat in the house. So I was working on that. But here is the monitor that Pastor Coleman wanted for the band that's going to replace the amps that are going to sit in the corner. But he also called me last night saying that the floor ones, the 10-inch, he actually wants this size for the pulpit. So we'll see. I told him I'm going to bring this over just for him to see and hear and maybe tweak the sound, because he was saying the sound isn't as loud as he would want on the pulpit. So I'm going to try and do some tweaking, but if not, we'll go ahead and order 2 of these. The fastest that I can get this is going to be Monday, but that'll be easy. Just pull the other ones out and put them in. Also, I went ahead and on my own, I went ahead and got that other switch like I told you, because the TVs, they said they're supposed to be here between 3 and 7 now. So the main focus today is to run the cables for the front TVs down the wall in the sanctuary. Also move the TV in the narthex, and I still never did this daggone video for the display cast. I guess we're just gonna have to do this while we're there at the church. Not how I wanted it to be done, but hey, we'll use the system, and I'll make sure I bring my drive so I can record and bring everything over, because we use the system to record everything. But let me actually bring my other mic. That would make, I don't need to do that. I can use the DJI wireless. But anyway, I have that. So we'll put this in the corner, in the back corner of the church, run a cable from the networking closet to this. So the back half of the church, the cameras will run off of this. That will also allow me to do shorter runs for these cameras in the back. And then the ones in the front, we'll run those to the closet in the media room. And depending on how much time and how long it takes for those TVs to come in, we may be able to finish up everything today. Not 100% sure, but I want to be optimistic on what we can possibly do. So, just trying to make sure I have everything. I mean, granted, I'm not that far away, so I can come back here. I think I have enough cable left over. If not, big deal. We'll just head up to Lowe's and grab some more. A little bit for what we need. The main thing now, since we move it to, I'm seeing a picture of my baby girl right there, that cute little thing. But anyway, gonna get back by putting those switches there. The max run that we would have to do is to each corner. So the networking rack that we put up and then this new switch, they are diagonal to each other in the church. So the camera that's going to go on the back side is going to be close to that switch, as well as the front of the church is close to the networking rack. Then we're going to run all the way over to the opposite side of the same location. That's going to be the long run. The longest run I'm going to have to do right now is pull another cable from that networking closet and go all the way to where this new switch is going to be. And I'm not going to climb over the ceiling. I can actually just take that and just walk that down the hallway and just place it that way. So that should be easier. So that's going to be the longest run. If I have enough cable to do that, and then I just run back to the store to get something, short runs, we'll do that. But anyway, let me pack up everything, and then maybe I should get some breakfast, because I went all day and didn't eat nothing until the evening. Let me do that, and then I finish uploading the video for Mount Tabor. I'm going to finish that when I'm there at the church. So anyway, let's get out of here. Alrighty, folks. So what we got, they're leaving me notes already new. Aware of that. That's what we're planning on. But what we're gonna do, and it actually, that note stole my thunder, what I was getting ready to say, is we're gonna focus on moving this, and then also we need to put a hole in here to feed the 2 cables that I have leading up there. I have tons of cable left over. I didn't realize how much I had. So that is going to be repurposed. This one especially should be more than enough, because this is the one that I had with the Comcast original. Well, actually all of this is. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's all of it. We got more than enough. This is going to be the cable that I put back in the ceiling, and we're going to walk this down. And I kept forgetting that I can't walk down the hallway because there's still the wall that I have to get through. We'll run the cable. And then I was thinking about bringing the cable down and putting the switch down here, but it's like, there's no point. I believe there's an electrical outlet up there. If it is, I'm just going to plug into that and mount that extra switch in the ceiling instead of coming back here. If we need to, we will. I don't believe I need to. But like I said, that's the plan. We'll bring it down here, we'll mount it, and we plug it into one of these outlets. But my thought was, what's the point of bringing it down when I got to go right back up with cables? And if I put it, and there's an outlet up there, we plug it in right there, and then we just run our cables, like I said, into this corner and then into that corner outside. And we do the same thing for the one in the front. I think that's a battery that needs to be changed. But anyway, let me do this, and I bought some some breakfast. Let me eat that because it's cold. And I'm gonna set up everything out here first, do the holes in the wall, run the cables, and then we'll address that. And I'm looking at my phone to monitor when I'm gonna get the call for the delivery of the TVs. So let's get to work. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this new speaker here that we're going to place, and it will replace the amp for the piano as well as for the bass. Now again, honestly, I know they want to go with these to replace the 10-inch ones. I just don't think from a space standpoint it's going to be enough. But I was asking them if they would give me a chance to at least help them dial in the sound when everybody's here. We may be able to get away with it because these are the same speakers that we have at Mount Tabor. And those things fill up the whole room, and they have the same board. Well, they have the the 30 channel, and I have the 22 channel here. So I think it's just a configuration thing, but like I said, if they want bigger speakers, we can still go with that. All right, I hear somebody outside. Let me see who that is. That was loud. That was the trashman from across the street. But like I said, my concern is, I know this is going to produce the volume because this is the same one we did down in Tidewater when we went down there last weekend to help them out with their sound. I just think from a size standpoint, it's going to be limited on if this is what's going to go up there. But I do really like the Alto line of speakers. They perform very, very well. The only time I've ever really had any issues is because people blow them out and crank them up too loud and blow the tweeters and stuff like that. I've had that, unfortunately, multiple times people have done that. So, like I said, that one, it'll fit in the pulpit. I just think it's going to be very loud. And again, I don't know. I guess I'm a different type of musician. Most of the time, I know a lot of musicians, they like stuff being loud. I'm not like that. I do like some loud sounds, but not headache-inducing loud sound. But let's get rid of the sticker here, and then we'll just go ahead and hook that up, and then all of these can go away. All of the amps and stuff can go away, because all we're going to do is just plug it into its source, and that's it. So let's do that, and then we'll test out the sound. All right, so my mic got disconnected because I think I hit something, but now we just got to walk through and do the mics. Now, coming up here, see, this sounds fine to me, but again, I don't know how everybody else feels, but really got to just dial it. I hear a slight little ring, but that's something that when people are here and there's somebody on every mic, we can tweak that. That's kind of the advantage of having a digital board, so I could have it here and go through instead of running back and forth, but that's that one. I pretty much got to go through and start labeling all of the mics so we know which one is which. I think I left my label maker, my label maker in the car, but we kind of got an idea of which one is which. Kind of want to do stickers because that makes it easier from the amount of space on here, or we just put some masking tape here and then packaging tape, and then we can write it in. So I just got to label this so we know which one is which, and that is not number 4. Number 5 was the pulpit, because that's the only other one that's unmuted. That's the piano, that's the bass. Those two are freed up. Last is computer, and we're just walking through. So that's number 5, that's the pulpit. So let me get some paper and we label these. All right, so I got all of them labeled here. All of these 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 are those jacks on the left side of the pulpit. I've identified them, but they said they weren't going to use them. So I'm just going to mark them appropriately and go from there. If anything, I'm probably going to move the piano and keyboard up to closer ones, so all the rest of these are not being used. So those are those 5 right there. We'll probably move the keyboard and bass over, and then just left these other jacks be whatever, and I just mixed them up that quick. Anyway, all right, so it's still mighty brisk outside, but what I'm gonna do now is run the cable. When I found the plug upstairs, I need to test and see if the switch for the lights also feeds that switch. If not, that kind of kills the purpose of me doing this. But I'm gonna climb up there, run this long cable that I have for the Comcast one. That will be the one that I fish all the way down there, and then we'll come back and actually, let me do this in reverse. I can put the cable on that end, and we can hang the switch up there as well too. We'll do it that way, and then with all the extra, that's what that extra end right there that's already terminated, that's what we'll push through the hole that we made in the networking closet, and then we can go from there. So I'm gonna open this up so that when I walk all the way down, I can just come down and I don't have to get down, climb back up, and all this other stuff. Alrighty, we got the cables ran here, getting ready to terminate that and put it in the block down here. And then, like I said, we got 4 slots for more stuff here. The 2 cameras that are gonna be ooh, excuse me, here. Like I said, one is gonna be over here, the other one's gonna be flanking over there. Should be able to reach that from up here in the ceiling. Then the other ones, I'm gonna put another switch just like this up in the attic, and then we'll run the other 2 cameras and the spotlights if they decide to go with that, so that way the run is going to be from there instead of having to run it all the way from back here. Alrighty, so Now we're looking at putting this up in the ceiling, finding a good spot for it. Let me show you where my thoughts were, and we'll shorten this cable up because I know we got more than enough for the cable that we ran up here. All right, so I was thinking about that plug right there. That's what I was thinking, because that would get me close to the outside over there, and then we can run another cable down and then all the way across to the other corner back there. But let's first get over here and see if this switch right here turns that outlet on and off. And let's get up over here. First, so we're obviously right over there is where that closet is. But let's hook this up to see if this is going to power on with the switch off. All right, watching my step, as you can see. Let me sit here. So as you should see, it's lit up here. I'm going to see if it's going to turn off when I switch the switch off. And no, so yay, we can use that switch. So I am definitely going to shorten this Ethernet cable because I got more than enough here. So I'm going to mount that on the stud away from the electrical outlet up in there, and then have this hooked up, get it adopted into the unified network, and then get out of this cold. Alrighty, got the switch up there. Let's go get it adopted. Let's see. Let's make sure we're on the right network. Bethlehem. Yep, and there it is. Let's adopt it. And we should be good to go. So let me get up out of here because it's cold. Alrighty, so we need to pull this TV down, find some studs, and see how far over and how far up we can get this. Well, let's get to work. All right, folks, I have reached a standstill. I got where the cable is going to be for the TV is actually here. So I already made the hole on the other side. Now the problem is the wood drill bit that I left here, I cannot find. So we already got here. I'm gonna use the plate to cover that up. and we'll be able to go straight up. So I'm not even in this piece that I was looking at. I'm actually a little bit further than that because this goes in a 45 and this is just open space inside of here. So anyway, I say all that to say, since I can't find the drill bit that I know I left here because I wasn't going to need it at the other church, I have no idea where it's at. And I'm not going to start snooping through everything here at the church to try and find it. So we're just going to go up to Lowe's up the street, get another drill bit, drill that hole, run those cables there, hang that TV. We should have that signal. I'll do the video for the display cast. Then that same drill bit, we're gonna come up here, drill the holes to run the cables for those there. And then technically I am done for what I need to, depending on how I'm feeling and the weather outside might start to try and put up some of the cameras that are close by. So like this one right here is real easy and there's a ramp. So the 8-foot ladder that they have, I can actually get in that corner. All I got to do is drop the cable on over on the soffit and that should be fine. This side, I'm going to need my ladder to get up there to do that. And I may be able to get up over here and do that over here for the cable. We just got to run the cable from the switch that I put over there all the way here. Then we also, while we're up there, before I even get into the cameras, that same wood drill bit, that's what I'm going to use to actually drill into, make the hole bigger so that I can get into pastor's office and run his cables, his TV cable that is right here. So we just have to drill that and get into there as well too. So, and I know I left them in here. And like I said, I'm not going to go looking through all their stuff. So let me just go to the store real quick. I still haven't had a call. They said it's supposed to be 3 o'clock. So I'm just about 10 minutes away. So we should see from there. I haven't left yet, but I'm sitting back thinking maybe putting 2 in that corner, 1 facing the parking lot, 1 facing the entrance, and then in the adjacent corner, we do 2 in that direction as well too. 1 looking back this way for the graveyard, and then the other one in that other direction. That's what I'm thinking. That one I still can't reach without my extension ladder back here. That one I should be able to get there. I might do that, but let me get inside because it's cold. Alrighty, we are back. Was able to punch through right before my drill died, but we got through. We got our cables here, so I'm gonna put the other plate in the low voltage box on here, hang the TV, make sure we get an image, terminate this, and then we go through checking out the display cast, finally. Alrighty, yay, we got that one up. Now I just gotta terminate this. And because it's all open in here, I'm not gonna make it shorter. We just push all the excess inside the wall here. And honestly, the fact that this is open, it should be easy for somebody to tap off of this and put another outlet back behind the TV, because I put it just a little bit too high that the cable can't reach. But honestly, running the cable through the wall, or not running the cable through the wall because that's against code, extending and putting another outlet up here should be relatively easy. Pull that out, drop some Romex down here, put an outlet up there. That is not my job, but that's what you can do. So let me terminate this and let's hook up a display cast and get it on the network and all that other fun stuff. All right, so for the most part, got everything in the front. Really the only thing is that corner that's on the outside of the wall to do the 2 cameras. Might attempt to do that. What I need to do now is drill the holes for the TVs. Also drill the hole here for our pastor's office. I'm gonna put a plate behind here to make it look much prettier than just the hole that was there. So we're already open right here, and maybe I can widen the hole up there and use the cables, the old cables, the RCA cables, as a pull string to pull this down. So let's open this up, put the plate on here, and then try and fish some cables down here. Oh, I'm tired. So unfortunately, my thought was true. They there's a subfloor with the HVAC system right above me. So where this is, what they ended up doing is they drilled in over there, then went in at a very steep angle, and then drilled into the seal plate and came here. And it's such an angle that I can't pull cable. So originally I cut the RCA cable and taped mine off the HDMI and tried to pull it, but it got hung on that angle and all of this slipped loose. I tried to do it in reverse with the XLR cable, but the hole was big enough literally just for the XLR cable, and it's such at an angle that the XLR head got stuck. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else. Worst case, I can come in that corner, come down and run a piece of conduit this way. But since I made this hole, we're gonna just go ahead and put a blank plate to cover that up. But I think that might be the easiest thing. The other problem, well, the other good thing is I found the holes for the TVs, and I did not have to drill into one of the firewall plates because it was straight even. So we got both of the cables pushed through. Now the bad thing about it is the extra 100 foot that I ran for the front here is not long enough to get over here. So the cable that was gonna go into pastor's office, that's the one that's going for that TV. So we're gonna have to run another cable. But thankfully, if y'all were watching my videos, we had some cables left over from Mount Tabor. So I have a 200 foot and another 150 foot. So I do have enough to get another cable all the way over there. We just have to decide on what's the plan of attack to get into pastor's office. I think the easiest thing is going to be to go into that corner. No, it's not, because the HVAC is right over top of that. So most likely what I'm going to have to do is open up the hole a little bit bigger that I have for the Comcast one, and pastor's cable is going to have to come down that side with the conduit, and then I'm going to have to do a T and come over behind it, behind his TV. Excuse me. So, but I mean, cables for the TVs are here. I'm just waiting for them to deliver it, and I'm gonna sit and take a little nap here for a little bit. Well, not a nap. I need to sit down for a little bit, just rest, and then gonna focus on possibly running some cables and at least hanging the security cameras outside, the ones here in this corner. That's what I think I'm gonna do after I take a break. So that break I said I was gonna do, I didn't do it, but good thing is, yay, I just gotta pull the extra up out of there and then seal it up. And then the only thing is still no word back from the delivery of the TVs, but what I'll do is I tossed over the cables for the 2 cameras on the soffit, so I can't reach the hole that I had because it just can't reach over there. So I need to make another hole, but the cables are there. So if I just reach up and then stuff those cables inside the soffit, I should be able to hook up 2 cameras. And then at that point, literally outside of training and hanging the TVs, everything is done. I just have to come back and do the other cameras on the other side back over there. And then if they decide to move forward with the floodlights, I'll come back and do that as well too. I'll do that at the same time, because technically that should be easy, because it's literally just pulling 4 cables, because I'm doing PoE powered unified floodlights. So 2 cables to 1 corner for the cameras, and then 2 more for each location of the floodlights, and that's it. All right, folks, so I said I was going to take a break. Obviously, I didn't take a break. But right when I was doing the cameras outside, they came up and they just dropped off the TVs. We got 1 camera up. This is the cable for the other one. We'll plug that in here shortly. But the TVs are here. And Pastor Coleman's here, so let's go ahead and get these TVs up. And then that part is done. We got 1 camera left, and then we're done. Alrighty, folks. Both TVs are up in the front, one in the back. Something is going on with the HDMI cable, so I'm gonna have to go back up there and pull another one for that. But not bad. Not that I want to go back up there, but in the grand scheme of things, I think we made out very well. Just need to level the TV and tighten that up. And I'm gonna get outside and do this last camera outside, and then I am done for the day. They want me to come back and do the electrical, so we're going to put a socket on the other side of the wall and possibly here as well as up here. So we'll see what we'll do about that. So let's get outside, finish this last camera. All right, folks, a very, very long day, productive day. Need to change that cable. So we go back in the ceiling for that. We got the TVs. They asked me to go ahead and put 2 outlets there for the TV, as well as the one for this TV and the one on the other side. So I got to do that when I come back. We got 2 of the cameras up, but let me show you. I need to pull the slack out of that one because I pushed it through the soffit, and then I just gotta pull it taut. I could probably pull it from in here. So yay! So I gotta put those inside the soffit, so that part is fine. The other 2, now what's probably the plan is gonna put another one in the front and only one in the back. So that's fine. And then we're gonna come back and do the floodlights whenever they get back in stock. I need to figure out when I can get back over here, because we're gonna be, the live stream is tomorrow. Then we're gonna be back at Mount Tabor that afternoon after the Q&A to push the cable up in the ceiling, finish up the little odds and ends that we got there. What else? Then after that, we're gonna be in Petersburg to finish up St. Stephen's. We won't be doing training, but it's mainly going to be, since I have my ladder, which I'm getting back from that I left at Mount Tabor. That's why we're going to Mount Tabor tomorrow. We're going to put the cable and run the cable for the back PTZ, drill a hole in the wall, run all that stuff, set it up in that corner. Hopefully they move that podium so I can set up everything, drill a hole in the wall, so we can run the cables, the Ethernet for the PTZ, the ATEM, all that other stuff. Anyway, I'm blabbing about stuff that doesn't concern this install, but we got that done. Mainly, we just got to do some training. I'm going to sweep up the floor here, and then I'm going to go home, eat myself a smash burger that I get from Sonic. Then I'm going to pass out, because we have done a heck of a lot of work for the last 3 weeks. We've been rolling. This is install number 3. Got another one with new vine starting next week. I need to let Travis know. All his stuff is supposed to be here tomorrow. So we'll do that install. That's pretty much just, again, almost kind of like the same thing. Move their sound system to the back, set up a PTZ camera, because they have like a regular one. But I'm blabbing about what install number 4. See, I'm blabbing about install number 4 and almost dropped my phone. But anyway, that's about it. We have one more day. Well, it's probably going to be 2 more days, because we're going to do the electrical, then do the last 2 cameras, and then we'll come back and do the floodlights, like I said, do the outlets, and I think they said they wanted to go with bigger speakers. So we'll see if he wants to go with that. But let me take a photo for my thumbnail, and then we'll see y'all on, what, day 4? I don't know what day it is. Anyway, later, folks.